Well, thank you for watching. In this episode of Real Life, I'm going to take a look at the skill that every rider wants to learn. Not riding forwards, it's all about how to ride backwards. Okay, so thank you for watching, and as I said in this video, I'm going to show you how to ride your unicycle backwards. It's one of those skills that I thought I would never be able to do, and having ridden a unicycle for about 5 years or more now, it's a skill I've tried repeatedly and failed and thought it was beyond me. But I'm guessing there's lots of people like me out there that would like to give it a go, have tried and failed. So in this video, I'm going to give you the tips and tricks to help get you riding your unicycle backwards, something you thought you'd never be able to do. So let's get started. And so here are the basic things you're going to need before you start. And these are a bit obvious and perhaps go without saying, but you're going to need your crash helmet. Now, even if you're a competent rider and you can go forwards very well, going backwards is a new skill. And there's a good chance doing something new, you're going to fall off. When you fall off going backwards, it's not as easy to put your hands out to protect you. In fact, you're going to go back. There's a good chance you're going to smack this part of your head if you go down. So my advice, and I'm not your mother, I'm not telling you how to live your life, but I would suggest that you wear a helmet, any kind, but put a helmet on, and that will protect the most beloved thing about you, which is your brain, depending who you are, of course. I would also recommend you wear some kind of body armour. Now, again, I'm not your mother, and my sister who watched this recently, she's older than me, in her mid-50s, said to me, I am worried about you on your silly little videos, please take care. So I'm not your mother, I'm not your older sister, but this has got elbow pads in it and it's got a back pad in it. And I would recommend that if you're learning to ride backwards, you at least think about wearing some body protection. So if you fall off, you're not going to hurt yourself too badly. I'm also taking advice from a video that I did on how to ride your unicycle forwards, and I've got good quality shoes on so that when I come off, I'm not going to scuff my ankles on the foot plates. That's entirely up to you. Like I say, it's your own body. Feel free to trash it how you like. So you've got all that. Let's get started in actually riding the unicycle. Found myself a space. It's a beautiful, long, clear avenue, long straight lines behind me. Nobody too upset. There's nothing behind me. I've got grass areas to the left and right. If I do come off, I'm not going to hurt myself too much. I've got my body armour on. I'm not wearing a helmet so you can see my beautiful face, but trust me, I would wear one if I was just learning this first time out. So the way I'm going to start this is, I've got a lamppost here, and I'm going to get confident in how it feels to start going backwards. So tips and tricks: keep your feet very close into the wheel. Don't want your feet out wide on the foot plates. Keep your feet in and tucked in, your ankles in, and make sure your feet are evenly spaced, not one right out in front or one behind, but your toes are level with each other. You want to be as balanced and centered as possible, because this does feel immediately alien. I'm going to fix a point on the horizon in front of me. Just ahead of me there's a tree, so I'm going to look at that tree and I'm going to keep my eyes locked on that. So I'm not looking round, I'm not looking down, I'm keeping my chin and my head balanced. I'm just going to feel what it feels like just to go backwards. I know forwards is fine, confident. Backwards suddenly feels strange. And keep my arms out like a tightrope walker if I want. That'll help me just to balance a bit. But the idea is to be as relaxed as you can be. So once you've got your hand on the lamppost and you are balanced, or a fence or whatever, just get used to what it feels like just to go backwards a little bit. So just to go backwards a little bit, you'll fall off straight away, or you'll start to career to one side. Your balance won't be level, and you'll find that you go straight off to one side. That's fine, just get back on. It's going to take time, but just feel what it feels like just to go backwards a little bit and then come to a stop. I don't want you to start thinking, right, I'm going to get on straight away, I'm going to ride 350 yards down the road and nobody will see me again, wave into the distance. Just have your reality levels checked and just go back a little bit, because it's also important to be able to stop it as well, without tumbling backwards with your heels up in the air. So eyes up, fix on the horizon, chin up, just push backwards a little bit and feel what it feels like, and you will start to career off. But just get on and just do that repeatedly until you start to get a bit more confidence, go a bit further. It's great on this little avenue here. I've got trees all the way down and I can mark my success. So I can see, right, that time I got half a tree, next time I'm going to go for a whole tree's distance. It's important as well when you set off that you're not pushing yourself with this. If you push yourself with that, you'll be pushing yourself off centre straight away. Just use that as a little prop, just to make sure you're centred. When you're centred, so all I'm doing, I'm just got my fingertips on that post. I'm not pushing from it. I'm looking at the distance. I'm eyes locked on the horizon, chins up, and I'm just going to go backwards a little bit. And I feel a bit of a wobble, but I'm going to stay with it. And I'm looking up, and now I've gone 1 tree's distance and stop. I guess the other thing as well is that I'm going quite slowly, because going backwards quickly seems quite scary. It's like the first time you ride, but the reality is a bit more speed will help you to stay balanced. You need to make sure, keep repeatedly looking behind yourself, nothing's coming, no pedestrians there. And so I'm going to go a bit faster this time, see if that helps. Yeah, a bit faster. It's a bit scarier, but it helps you to feel a bit more centred, and if you hit a bump in the path, you're not so bad. 3 trees, there you go, and a lamppost, 4 trees, and I could do that all day now. So, quick recap before we go on to the next stage. So that is, I'm on my wheel, my feet are level and centred, I've not got 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, my feet are nice and tight into the wheel, so I'm not flapping around, I'm not way off the centre. I'm looked at the horizon, chins up, fingertips on the lamppost, no more, and then I'm just pushing away, and a bit of speed, because I want to go, don't want to go too slow, because that's harder to ride. I'm still looking at that tree on the horizon. Boom, I can do that all day. Okay, so we're going to move on to somewhere different, just to show you the next stages, which is getting moving backwards without holding on to something. Let's change location, let's do this. Okay, so I'm now in a different location, but you can see I've got a nice wide open space. It's a car park, there's no cars in it, that's important. And there's plenty of space to the left and the right, so if I do go wobbling away, I'm going to be okay, I'm not going to cause any damage. And there are these car parking bays, which I can use, like I use the trees first off, I can use the car parking bays to mark my progress. If you haven't got things like that around, then you can use something, just anything to mark your progress. So I put 2 cones down on the floor here, and I've got cones in my hand, so I'll be able to put them down and just track my progress, just to give me that confidence that I'm actually improving each time. The thing that's missing here is I don't have a post, there's nothing to hold on to, there's nothing here to give me security, so now I've got to be in a position where I have to be able to launch myself backwards by myself. And I use that advisedly. You have to launch yourself. Again, I've never found a situation where I've had to do this at all. So this is a totally pointless video, thank you for watching. But if you did decide you needed to push it away backwards and there's nothing to hold on to, this is how to do it. So again, as I said before, it's really important to get your feet positioned correctly on the unicycle. So making sure that when you ride off, you don't have 1 foot well to the back or well to the forwards or out wide, but in fact your feet come in together and are pretty symmetrical on the foot plates. And as you start doing this, you'll find it is a bit of a panic to do it. It feels very alien. So you'll be able to, with time and with practice, just like anything else, you can just find that you put yourself on there much more confidently. So the way to do this is, again, you need to be balanced, you need to be centered. Pick something on the horizon. I'm going to pick the camera here, that's much easier for me. And I'll use that as my focal point. I'm going to keep my chin up and I'm going to look at that one thing. I'm not going to be looking around. Make sure there's nothing behind me. And I'm going to give yourself the tiniest of little scoots, because it's much easier to get balance when you're mobile. If you try and stand on it and balance without moving, it's very difficult. So give yourself a little push and put your foot on there. You'll find that you'll wobble away, you'll fall off straight away. So you push off, put your foot on it, and you'll wobble off. See, that time I didn't put my foot close enough into the wheel, and it automatically took me that way. So when I lift my foot up, I'm bringing it in, and I bring it right into the wheel and right against the foot plate. I bring it right in and right in. So I'm bringing it in, foot right in against the body of the wheel. I'm looking up at the horizon and I'm balancing. Charting your progress. When you start doing that, you'll find that you will go that way, and that's absolutely fine. So when you look up, wobble, wobble, fall off. Right, I got that far. I've marked how far I've gone. Okay. So now I'm going to mark my approach again because I want to beat that. So I look up, focus on the horizon, chin up, nothing behind me though, and I push off, not a scoot, foot right up against the wheel, wobble, 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 up, foot, but I've beaten it. Brilliant, that's confident. Put that one down, perfect. I've gone a bit further, my confidence levels are lifted, so I'll try again. Got to beat that one now, nothing's behind me. Look up, push away with confidence, foot up against the wheel. I've gone past it, yay! Wobble, wobble, fall off. There you go, pick that one up. My confidence levels are through the roof. I'm a unicycle legend. I can do this all day. Keep doing that and doing that until with confidence you can go around the corner. And the other way, of course, of doing this is where you would ride forward, you would come to a stop without putting your feet down, and then you would reverse away. And that's actually quite tricky. That's why I'm showing you this, the third way of doing this. Now, the benefit of doing it this way is that because you're riding forward, you can already check that your feet are balanced, that you're in a good position, that you feel centered, and therefore it's a case of not having to set yourself up. You don't have to snatch your feet into position. You're good to go. But the challenge is how you come to a stop without putting your foot down and keep balanced. So the way I found to do that is, again, pick a point on the horizon, keep yourself centered and level. Sometimes put your arms out, imagine you're walking a tightrope, and that will, small movements from either side there will help balance. But the idea is when you come to a stop, you need to be as erect as possible. Did I mean to say that? But you need to be as vertical, that's the word I was looking for, as possible. So when you come up, you're not off balance. If you're coming to a stop and you're already to one side, then that will put you off. You need to come to a stop perfectly straight. So then you can then simply reverse away. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to come in, not too fast, and then I'm going to fix my eyes on the camera this time. I'm going perfectly straight, and then I'm going to reverse away. Okay, so not too bad, but I can do it better than that. So let me try that one more time. So you come in, come in, and then I'm snapping it back to a stop, and then I'm away. So keep yourself centered, bring yourself in, nice and erect. Said it twice now. And look into the distance, and then reverse away. Let's try it one more time. So here I come. Nice bit of speed, not too fast. There you go. And away. Okay. I do get that when you see somebody doing it and they can do it, it looks easy, and it's frustrating when you get on your own unicycle and it's difficult. It does take practice, but believe me, if this idiot can do it, then you idiot can do it, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If it's been of value to you, if you've used this and you've been able to do backwards unicycling where you couldn't before, then please tell me about it below. Or if you've got tricks or tips or ideas that will get other people riding backwards, then let me know that as well. Give me a thumbs up, a like and a subscribe, hit the bell, blah de blah de blah. But whatever you do, stay safe and enjoy riding backwards or forwards. The choice is yours. Thanks. See you again on Wheel Life. Bye.